Today I'm turning this vintage sheet into a dress. My mom just told me that this belonged to her grandmother, so my great-grandmother. So it's vintage and coming to antique, really. So I'm going to make a dress, really 50s style, flowy, and really easy with no closures, so I can wear it no matter the weight if I change sizes, which is ideal, really. Apparently it was never used as bedding because it's not like a whole set of bedding. It hasn't got pillowcases or any other bedspread, so it's only one sad sheet, so let's make something out of it. And the idea is to make an apron dress, something that wraps around your body, something you can wear no matter your size or weight. If you end up losing some weight or gaining it, it doesn't really matter that much because you just tie it up. It's ideal for beginners because it has no closures, and I think it's good. It's really good for me because after giving birth, I'm still getting used to new sizes. I'm in between sizes, so I don't want to sew stuff that I'm not going to be able to wear in a future. So the idea of the dress is something that wraps you around, so you're going to need your body and half of it more. So for that, if you're going to gather the skirt, we should double the length of it, and then of course we're going to need the measurement of above the bust to the waistline, and then it's going to just lower down to the side so you don't have to measure anything there, and then the straps didn't come to mind, and some extra fabric for the ties. I'm going to start cutting my fabric, and it is 2 meters by 240, I think I measured, which is a lot of fabric. And I'm going to be using the top of the bedsheet, which has this lovely hemline, or hemming. So I think it's nice. And even though I'm going to add some more, on one of the corners is going to be just fine, even though it hasn't got anything like this, because it's just overlapping, so it doesn't matter. And you need the length of your skirt. Mine is going to be right underneath the knee length. And to trace the bodice, I'm going to do it with my fabric folded. I'm going to trace half the measurements, so half the measurement from armhole to armhole, which was 30 in my case centimeters, so now 15. And then the height, how high I want my bodice, which I think it was 26. And then on the bottom one is my body and a half. So that measurement means that it's a trapeze, because then I'm going to join them with a diagonal. And when you sew the bodice to the skirt, this is how it's looking. I think it's going to look nice. And for the straps, it's just 2 rectangles, in my case 50 centimeters long, because I just measure how I wanted them, and then the distance from the front to the back, in my case 30 centimeters. So that's where I'm going to sew it, sandwiching it with the white fabric. So on my fabric, on the right side of the dress, I'm going to place my straps and the white fabric on top. And because it's sandwiched with the rest, the straps don't need any hemming. And on the straps, I'm going to make sure to go back and forth a few times so they are secured. So I had to change the straps, I always tell you the truth, and now they are 41 centimeters instead of the initial 50 I had measured, and this is how we're doing. So this is how I'm doing. I'm quite happy with it, and then it wraps on the back. And you can see how the lining, the white fabric, is showing on places, and what we're going to do to avoid this is understitch. The understitching is something you do on facings and linings as well. So what we're going to do is to sew the seam to the lining, and that way it'll stay in place and you won't see it. And because it's a wrap dress, to tie it, you need very long straps to tie it on the back, because you have to it comes forward, so you have to go back again to tie it, or you can make shorter ones to tie it on the front, which is what I'm going to do just for a change, because I always tie things on the back. So just for a change, mine measure 60 by 12, and what I'm going to do is just to fold them twice to the inside, like if you were making a bias tape. Just like that, press it so it's nice and crisp, and then sew it all around. And to sew it on the dress, I'm going to just sew it on the inside so you don't see it, and make sure I reinforce this last triangle of the dress, because this is what is going to suffer, the thing you pull. And now, if we try it on, this is the dress, and we can see how if we try to tie it, the back is going to look terrible, because all of this is going to overlap and gather and look really weird. So what we need to do is a hole, make a buttonhole or something like that on one of the sides, so one of the straps can come in and adjust properly. So that's what I'm going to do here. I have it marked. It's just cutting and reinforcing with some zigzag stitch, and that'll be it. And I'm going to put the length in the lowest and then the zigzag stitch on the widest, so it's quite tight and nice. And this is the final result. I'm quite pleased with it. I think it's ideal to make it with some vibrant bedding you have around. And it's really good because you can upcycle anything and make the most of fabric, even if you find it in the thrift shop. So let me know what you think. The only thing I found more challenging was the back of the straps, because even though I measured it, I couldn't get them right, and it was because when you adjust it, if you don't do it right, it looks not centered, which is a problem. So you have to just make sure it is centered before you tie it. And that's it. Let me know that in the comments. I think it's a dress that fits any body type, quite flattering and comfy for the summer as well, because you can wear it without a bra. So let me know that in the comments. Consider subscribing if you like these kind of videos, and I'll see you around. Bye.